March Arcade Madness. Tonight you vote to determine the fan favorite future cab of Arcade 1 Up that they probably won't build. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Another episode of This Week, the show we talk about what happened this week in home arcades. What is going on, everybody? And welcome to episode 138. How's everybody doing tonight? Hopefully everybody had a good, productive weekend. I did. I got a lot of stuff done. I got a table built, the work table that will be, the place for all the massive major modifications and projects moving forward in the arcade and outside of the arcade. Also, something else that was just phenomenal. Greatest time ever. I changed 3 faucets in my house. That's so fun. The house is about 20 years old, which is not terribly old for the house, but I've got some valves that were actually sticking open. I wouldn't close all the way, and then some of the faucets are rough, so we decided to do all that. So that was just a ton of fun. Lots and lots of fun. Parts have come in for Arctic Thunder, the last parts that I'm waiting on. So hopefully going to get that done this week sometime. I got to go out of town for 4 days and come back on Thursday night. So hopefully Friday-ish, the week I can get that wrapped up. And which means that cabinet is actually going to be, maybe, if I can get it all done next weekend, for sale next weekend. Yeah, it's actually not going to come down in the arcade. Things have changed. I've got a large edition coming in a couple months, and so I got to make room. I got to leave room for that. So Arctic Thunder, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen in this arcade, but it can absolutely happen for you in your arcade. So I'll keep you posted. I'll do a community post saying, hey, just so you know, this is on Facebook if you want to come check it out. So, but I am going to be excited to finish it and kind of sad to let it go. I wish I had a little more room because it would be nice to hold on to that for maybe a year before I decide to get rid of it. But hey, it is what it is. It's not gonna, it's not gonna take the place of any one of the other 2 cabinets I have. So what can you do? What can you do? It's just, it is what it is. What am I drinking tonight, everybody? Well, we're still into the Basil Hayden Toast, an absolute excellent bourbon, really, really good. And you can see the bottle's taking a hit this weekend. It really took a turn Friday night. It really took I had a couple of drinks Friday. So that was I slept well Friday night. Let me tell you, I slept very, very well. But absolutely, listen, if you can find it sub $50, it's an absolute buy for sure. Beautiful. Okay, so you know what I'm drinking. Hopefully everybody's kicking back with a cold beverage tonight. There is no poll question. Every week we do have a poll question, but not this week because we are going to be doing this very elaborate Arcade Madness bracket. We're going to be starting with an Elite 8, and you are going to be voting for each individual matchup. And tonight we will go all the way to the championship, and you will crown a winner tonight. It's the fan favorite cab. This is the cabinet that we are going to finally put our money where our mouth is. Well, kind of, sort of, not really. I'm going to commit you though, because we always talk about this cab. We always talk about that cab. Now I'm going to make you vote. And now we're going to actually go through. I have selected 8 potential cabinets that have never been released by Arcade 1 Up ish. There's one, I'll bring it up I'll bring it up when we go through the 8 selections. There is one that you could kind of count, but these are basically 8 cabinets that have never been released by Arcade 1 Up that are always in the conversation, whether it's on live streams, it's in comment sections, it's on Arcade 1 Up's own YouTube or not YouTube, but well, it's not on the YouTube channel because they don't do anything on YouTube. It's in the Facebook post. Everybody's always in the comment section saying, hey, make this, make that, make this, make that. So that's what we're going to be doing tonight. But before we do that, let's say hi to the chat. Let's say hi to the top 10 or the first 10 comments of the night. We got to get started. Lots to get through. A lot of voting is going to take place. A lot of poll questions tonight. So be ready. Pay attention in the chat. For those of you that are jumping in late, you're going to miss it. You're going to miss half the brackets potentially. So before we get to that, let's say hi to everybody. Coming in number 1 is Game Broker 84. Thank you so much for the first one. 10:51 a.m. first comment of the night. We will have two golden tee options this year. Do you think? Man, you know what? Stranger things have happened. I would be very disappointed if that's what they came out with, because I have absolutely zero desire to buy another golden tee. I'm good with what I got. Coming in number 2 is CB Fluid. CB, you might want to get that checked. Maybe plug that, something. I don't know. Use some thread tape, something. Stop the leak, man. Do it. Yo, Fox, I think I convinced myself to get an ALP 4K. Just need the right skin sale and maybe a windfall. Real ones are just too pricey. Absolutely. Sounds like that you probably made the right. You're probably in the same position that I'm in. I think I definitely want to get one. Got to make a little space for it, but that's not going to be an issue. It's just going to be a matter of really the right package. Everything. Price, IP, everything. Some tables that I really want to play. There's room in the arcade for it, and I think it needs to happen. Coming in at number 3 is Molar Medic. Thank you so much for being here, buddy. Hello, everyone. Looking forward to another great stream. Salute. We're going to try to make it a great stream. This is going to be very interactive tonight, everybody. Coming in at number 4 is Jason Lillet, not the big alien, the little alien. Always here in the chat, moderating like a mofo. Cheers, Fox. Hope you had a productive week. I absolutely did. All my best to you and the fam. Thank you so much, man, for being here. Coming in at number 5 is Gotham City Arcade, buddy. How the hell are you? Great to see you, Battle. As always, hey, Battle. Just checking in for the night. Thank you so much for being here. Coming in at number 6 is Saiyan. Spirit, say, Fox, do you have your Dragon Radar with you? Because we need to fix something that happened last week. I wish we could find all the Dragon Balls and give Mr. Toriyama another shot. But unfortunately, we live in the real world where there are no Dragon Balls. There are no wishes, but we have a lot of great memories. And, luckily, he left a lot of great art for us to enjoy, which is a great way to kind of live beyond your years, right? Is to make something, whether it's have a family, whether it's make some good art, and hopefully that can live on beyond you. And it's sad, but I'm glad and grateful that he and many other artists out there took the time to step out on faith and do something crazy and take a chance. And it paid off for him and for us. Kevin Clausen coming in at number 7. How you doing, man? Good to see you as always. Dang, I'm like 8th. It's okay. It's okay. But listen, it is what it is. I mean, come on, no harm, no foul. It's not like, I'm going to kill you. Uh-oh. Well, thanks for your $2 super chat, but unfortunately, you know where that sends you. It's not to the happy place. It's to the pit.
Finish him. Melina wins. Flawless victory. Fatality.
Thanks so much for being here, Kevin. Coming in at number 8 is Frank D. Captain Morgan tonight. Hello, Captain. How you doing? Coming in at number 9 is Gaga Guy 88. Thank you so much for being here, buddy. Got a new bourbon I am going to try with tonight's show called Penelope. Toasted? Hoping it's good. Did you know that 26 inches is not 35 inches? Who knew? It's weird. It's odd. But evidently, yes, 26 is not 35. But in today's new age math, maybe it is. Thank you so much for being here, buddy, as always. So you're number 9 and coming in at number 10, bringing up the rear. But great to see you, is Bob. Thank you so much. And yes, you made it. You made number 10. Everybody, I want to thank everybody so much for being here. Coming in early and voting in polls and talking in the chat and all that good stuff. Didn't have a poll question for you this week because we got to get something. You listen, trust me, you're going to be voting in polls all night long. And hopefully it's going to be a lot of fun. This is going to be something new, something different. It's a different kind of format, but I really want to give this a shot. I want to give it a try, and maybe this is something we can do throughout the year. But let's go ahead and move into the first topic. Before we start the madness that is the March Arcade Madness, we'll talk about just a couple things going on this week. So Nova Blast has arrived. The cabinet is actually here. This is, of course, Neosera on Twitter, X, formerly known as Twitter, showing that the box containing the Nova Blast has arrived, and they are unboxing as we speak. This is going to be shipping in mid-April sometime. So everybody that did your pre-orders, we're one step closer. We are one step closer. I can't wait to see some unboxing, some more information. Head on over to his Twitter page to see what new updates may be coming. There are a few more pictures before I went live tonight. I saw a few more pictures over there, and it's interesting to see. Interesting to see. So one of the things that drove the March Arcade Madness, this whole format for this show today, was a poll question that I put up last week, beginning of last week. I guess this was, must have been Monday or Tuesday. It was after my live stream talking about ThinkUp and how they seem to be poised to get revenge on Arcade 1UP, gonna make them pay, or just add some competition to this space that appears to be sort of dying. And they're starting with something that's a shuffle golf. It's not arcade themed really at all, but hey, it is what it is. But it got me thinking, what if they decided to come out with something else? And in last week's live stream, we talked about, hey, what if they resurrect Burger Time, or they take that games list because Data East is so easy to grab a hold of, and maybe they do, maybe they redo the skin. Maybe it's not Burger Time, maybe it's Karate Champ. Who knows? Because actually, that was the original iteration, the very first iteration back in 2019 of that cabinet was the actual Karate Champ variant of it. So I threw the poll question up and I said, hey, listen, what if they came out? What if ThinkUp, not Arcade 1UP, if ThinkUp came out with a Burger Time Deluxe or a Burger Time XL, which one would you be interested in? I also wanted to throw in something else. I also wanted to throw in a none of the above. I really wanted everybody to get a chance to vote. And it would appear that the majority of you don't want that cabinet. You weren't really concerned whether it was a Deluxe or an XL. You're not really interested in that cabinet. So it got me thinking. We keep talking about we want something new. We want something different from Arcade 1UP. But I guess, Burger Time really wasn't the right question to ask you because it's really not something different. It would be a reissue, a re-release. I think a lot of people are bummed that they didn't get their hands on it. I am. And while Burger Time is a cool looking cabinet, maybe I would have liked Bad Dudes. I know everybody doesn't like it, but that same games list, but maybe do it in Bad Dudes or maybe do it in Karate Champ would have been cool. But Burger Time would have been fine. But I don't think it's really the right question to ask. So it's time to let's put our money where our mouth is. Let's really nail this down. We talk about hypotheticals all day long. So here is what I have. Once again, I guess this is also hypotheticals. I've got 8 cabinets that I have selected. Gone through, like I said, I pulled some of this information from different places throughout the internet, all the little opinion boards. And I think I've got a good mix of cabinets that some of them are going to be kind of familiar as far as some of the games. Some of the series are going to be familiar, but these are cabinets that have not been released in this iteration from Arcade 1UP. So going to be a mix of something you've seen before-ish, maybe some old and some new, as far as new being different than what Arcade 1UP has presented before us. So I'm not going to give you the entire list. Everybody's going to have a chance to vote on each matchup. Okay, so here's how it's going to work. We're going to start with the Elite 8. We're going to have 4 matchups. I will announce the first 2 that are competing, and then I'll throw it in the poll. I'll jump up here and do a poll question, including those two competing. Let me scroll. There we go. Those 2 competing teams, those 2 competing cabinets, and everybody will vote. You will have a 5-minute time limit. I've got a counter already pulled up, ready to go. I will start the clock at 5 minutes. We'll talk about this. We'll talk about that after the 5 minutes has elapsed. We're going to shut it down, and we'll see who won. I'll take note of the percentages and all that. Elite 8 goes to Final 4, and then Final 4 leads us to our championship, our matchup. Tonight, we will decide, based out of these 8, what is your pick? Who, at the end of the day, is really going to vote for which cabinet, and which is going to be the one that we're going to crown as the fan favorite future cab for Arcade 1UP. Here we go. So let's kick this thing off, starting in some familiar territory, but we're going to try. I thought about these matchups a lot. I'll explain it to you a little bit later as far as maybe some of my methodology. Sure, that's a word, maybe. Some of my madness, because I think that it will reveal itself a little bit later. Like I said, I'm going to be keeping track of percentages also to kind of see how tight these races are. Okay, so let's talk about the first matchup in the Elite 8. Okay, another thing. One more thing to kind of throw out there. These will all be deluxe cabinets priced at $499. So for your consideration, all these matchups will be the deluxe form factor at a price of $499. I know it's not XLs, but this is the most likely of scenarios. And I'm also kind of going with, hey, maybe they'll just kind of keep that $4.99 as the price point that everybody wants, right? Methology, Mad Gear Arcade. No, but who am I to judge? Actually, I'm going to judge. Meth is bad. That's not right. Okay, so the Lux cabinets, $4.99 price point. Here we go. The first one up, the first matchup. Okay, here are the first two cabinets. The first one's going to be Street Fighter Alpha Anthology. We've talked about this cabinet a lot on this channel. This is something I would absolutely love to see. The Street Fighter Alpha games, all the arcade games, and then let's also include Gym Fighter. Okay, so there's one. So Street Fighter Alpha right there, Anthology, just Street Fighter Alpha. This is not a cabinet that's going to have a lot of games on it, just Street Fighter Alpha Anthology. Those 5 games right there versus, don't get mad at me, versus Smash TV. Smash TV, this cabinet will include Smash TV, obviously, Total Carnage, Robotron 2084. So we're going to start the poll. The first one going up, and this is going to be called, this will just be round 1. And this is going to be Street Fighter Alpha and Smash TV. This is not going to be, I only had 8 cabinets to pick from, so this is not going to be easy. So we're going to go ahead and start that poll, and I'm going to go ahead and share my screen for the counter is starting now. Okay, boom, there we go. So we're 5 minutes in. Vote in the poll right now. Let me know what you think about it. I got to know. I want to see how many. I want to see this is going to be a tough one. I know this is not easy. This is not, I know you're probably mad at me. That's okay. That's okay. But you're going to have to pick tonight between Street Fighter Alpha and Smash TV. I think that this is a combination. Okay, these two cabinets are definitely both sought after, highly sought after for sure. But I think we got a little bit of Street Fighter fatigue, to say the least. We've had Street Fighter enough. 5 minutes is too long. Make it 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Well, we could maybe, let's see how the first 5 minutes go. Let's see how long it takes to do this, and then maybe we will. Let's see, maybe 2 minutes. Okay, so we got 66 votes, everybody. Okay, this is wow. This is actually not that close. If you're watching this live, it's you know what? That's kicking. That is not bad. It is jumping up there pretty quick. We could probably trim this back to maybe 2.5 minutes. 2.5 minutes. But I want to give everybody a chance. We're not going to change the length just now. So everybody jump in, take a second and vote. And maybe we will stop it at 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Maybe we'll do that. Let's do that. Next, we'll do that. Now, let's just keep this rolling. So Street Fighter fatigue versus Smash TV, something definitely new, not necessarily radical. We've talked about the control scheme. The 2 sticks is not anything different. They actually did talk about this 1 minute. Zero reduction. Just make it 1 minute. Maybe just 2 minutes is going to be enough. We got 74 votes, everybody. 128 people are watching. I've only got 74 votes. Everybody jump in. Let me know. Listen, you're going to have a chance to vote on all of these matchups. So you vote in each one. It's not like your one vote's going to be used up now and you can't use it later. We might just, we might just keep it at 2 minutes. That was 2 minutes right there. Let's go 2.5 minutes, maybe. Let's see. I can definitely talk for 5 minutes. It's not even close, guys. Now, it's funny to watch this live because the percentages have been fairly consistent. They jumped out and pretty much have held there within 5%. So I've got 130 people watching. Make sure 75 votes. Make sure you jump in here and vote. This is gonna. I mean, whoever wins this is gonna move on. They're gonna move on to the number 1 slot in the Final 4. So everybody jump in there and let me know. You know what? 2.5 minutes, 76 votes is holding steady. Is that gonna be enough? 77 votes. Okay, so we got an extra vote. So maybe this is gonna be 3 minutes. So let's go. We got 16 more seconds. 16 more seconds. Well, maybe we just, I don't know. Maybe we just keep it at 5. Maybe we just keep it 5 and let it go. Maybe we just keep it in 5 and let it go. That's only going to be, we should have plenty of time. You know what? Let's go ahead and set it. Yeah, okay, we got another vote. So 78 votes. Everybody that's logging on, everybody that's chiming in, we have 2 minutes left. First bout, first game, first round. Or this is the Elite Eight. So maybe I don't know. I don't know all about the ball, the college ball, the basketball thing. I'm not big into that. I like football. That's about it. Let me know what you think. Jump in there. Okay, we just got another vote. 79 votes. Everybody. It's crazy. So we got we got Smash TV taking a little bit of a dive, a little bit of a hit. Could this be a last-minute push? We're going to have to leave this at 5 minutes, guys. We're seeing a push now. We're seeing a push in the opposite direction. Oh, wow. What is it going to be? Another 6-button Street Fighter cabinet? Or will we actually see something different, which is what we always talk about. We always talk about something different. I want something different. Why do they keep doing the same thing? Now is our opportunity. Are we going to vote for something that is different but kind of similar? Or are we going to go ahead and swing for the fences and go with something a little two-stick action? Smash TV, could they do it right? Could they actually do this right? Could they pull this off in a way that would be satisfying? That's another thing we have to consider. Would it be better to go with the safe option? Go with the 6-button beat them up. You know, that's just the way that it should go. All right, 45 seconds, guys. I'm going to end the poll right on the dot. We're going to mark this down, and we're going to let her go. And then we're going to talk about the next matchup. 30 seconds remain. 33 seconds in a world. In a world where Arcade 1-Up won't make the cab you want. Tonight, we will decide. No, you will decide. 20 seconds remain. 20 seconds remaining. Jump in the poll. You got to jump. You're going to kick yourself if you miss this one. It's not even close, guys. It's not even close. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5 seconds remain. It's not even close. It's pretty rough. Boom. Time has expired, ending the poll, and kind of a shocker, maybe, perhaps. The shocker is going to be probably the percentages. Smash TV wins 73%. 73% to 26. Wow. Street Fighter Alpha taking it on the chin, and Smash TV is taking the top spot, the number 1 spot in the Final Four. Let's talk about the next group, okay? So let's go ahead and stop. Should remove that for a second. Okay. Let's talk about the next matchup. Once again, don't get mad at me. This was a tough decision. Okay, it was tough coming up with these 8 games, but I hope you're gonna. I think you're gonna dig it. I think you're gonna dig it. Okay, so let's talk about this one. Let's talk about this matchup. Something you probably have seen coming a mile away, and it is. Well, that's lame. Boom! There we go. MK4. Okay, MK4 Deluxe, $4.99. All credit to Repro Arcade. .co.uk over there across the pond for the iteration there, the mock-up of what that cabinet could potentially look like. Looks pretty good. Mortal Kombat fans rejoice. Finally, you're going to get your MK4 cabinet. What's going to be on this cabinet? 1, 2, 3, Ultimate MK3 and Mortal Kombat 4. So that is the first one. The MK4, Mortal Kombat 4 is finally going to get made, at least in our made-up world. Who's going to take on Mortal Kombat 4? Mortal Kombat. Yeah, we've had this cabinet many, many times, but now they're going to have the 4. Is it worth it? Oh, I dropped the pen. Was it worth it? Is that going to give it the edge to push it beyond its competition, which is pretty stiff? We're talking about a classic. It is Qbert. MK4 versus Qbert. You know, one's got blood and gore, one's talking nonsense. This is a cabinet that you're going to have. Obviously, you're going to have the arcade original. Not a lot of games that can go on this, so I thought I would throw in the PlayStation sort of remake. It's still the 4:3 aspect ratio. It is a console game. Don't get mad at me, but hey, it is what it is. And I thought I'd also include that Qbert rebooted. Now, that is a 16:9, so they would have to crop that in to 4:3. But hey, it is what it is, right? So what are we going to go? I got some people mad at me. I know. It's tough, but I want you to think about this. This is not going to be easy. So who will win? Who will take the gold? Not the gold, but who will move on to the Final Four? Let's go and start the poll question. And this is round 2. Fight. MK4 versus the one that everybody said they wanted. Now you got the chance. And let's go ahead, start the poll, and let's go ahead and reset and start the timer. There we go. Let me go ahead and share the screen real quick so you know I'm not cheating. Where'd it go? There it is. Boom. Okay. We've been going for about 5 seconds now. Here we go. Okay, so 5 minutes. 5 minutes to really think about this. No pressure. No, we're not going to freak out. We're going to get this done. So think about it. What's it going to be? What is it going to be? Who will win? Is it going to be Mortal Kombat? The complete Mortal Kombat series as far as the arcade is concerned. You'll have it all in one cabinet. Or Are you finally going to decide, you know what? I'm going to take my $500 and I'm going to go for Cubert. I want something different. That's what I want. What do you want? What is it? Is it worth it to you? Do you need to round out that arcade experience at the house, or you need to round out that collection, make that arcade just a little bit more diverse, a little bit more nostalgic for something that really, really matters? For something that, I mean, we're talking about some real, if you want to really just not have just your standard lineup, you want to have something, take me back, take me way back. This is going to be the way to go. Yeah, this is it. So come on, boom. What's it going to be? What's going to be? Is it Mortal Kombat 4? Mortal Kombat 4, MK1, MK2, MK3, Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, or Mortal Kombat 4? What's it going to be? Yes, I know. MK4 is different. All these games, none of these are the same necessarily. They're not the same stuff we've seen over and over again. But there are a lot of games on this that are similar form factor, so there would be some similarity. But Mortal Kombat 4 is a difference maker. Just like Street Fighter Alpha, those are different games. Similar, but just a little bit different. So everything is technically different, but this is something that, you have to really consider. Which one, if you had to vote, you only have one vote for these two. Who's going to win? This is stacking up to be pretty similar to the last one. Jump up there, 84 votes, everybody. Jump in there. Let your voice be heard. Let's go. What's it going to be? Do you want Cubert? I mean, think about it. Do you really want Cubert? Or would you get bored with that? You're going to have Cubert. You're going to have a couple different iterations of Cubert. Is that your jam? Are you just jonesing for something different? Or do you want to stick with the Mortal Kombat 4 and you get the difference, but you get the same? You get some of the familiarity of the Mortal Kombat games, of the Mortal Kombat saga, but you get to complete it now. A lot of MK fans out there have been dying to get their hands on a cabinet that would include this. Now, you're not getting any of the other games. It's just going to be MK, and a lot of people like it that way. Maybe I can get a pure cabinet without all the other stuff. None of that stuff really matters as long as I get MK4. But then there's Cubert, and just a classic. If you look up the top 50 games, arcade games of all time, these games are going to be sprinkled in there. Cubert's up there. Cubert stands alone as its own thing. Very weird, very different, very unique, and a play experience that isn't incredibly foreign. It's not odd. They just took the actual stick and just rotated it 45 degrees. But still, it is unique in the fact that that's just sort of the way that goes. Instead of looking for a way to kind of take that grid and rotate it and make it just a little bit different. It's not just up and down, left and right. So here we go. Minute and a half. What's it going to be? What's it going to be? Final four. The final four round will go by a lot faster, but we got to get through the Elite Eight first. And this is the second matchup. What's it going to be, guys? 1 minute and 30 seconds. I got 90 votes. See, more time. People are thinking about it. You're thinking about it. You have 1 minute and 15 seconds to really give it some thought. This might be the one that we hit 100 votes on, guys. We might get 100 votes on this one. Let's think about it. 10 more. We got 90 votes right now. Think about it. But make your decision. It is time. It is time. 1 minute. You've given it some thought. You're weighing all your options. You decide on what's it going to be. What's it going to be? What am I going to do? Will the Cubert be a one and done? Man, if I don't buy Cubert now, they may not make it again. They're going to make Mortal Kombat again. Maybe I should wait. Maybe I should just say, that's fine. Maybe we've had too much Mortal Kombat. Is there such a thing? The fanatics would say no. I'd say, you know what? Well, I'm not a super fan of Mortal Kombat. I like Mortal Kombat, but, more of a Capcom guy. Cubert's definitely something different. I mean, everybody sees the value in Cubert. New Wave Toys, I'm looking at one right now. They decided to make one. 20 seconds remaining. It's here. The time is now. You have to make your decision. I will end the poll right at the buzzer. Come on. Any last minute shots? Any last minute 3-pointers? What are we going to do? 5 seconds remain. And we've almost got 100 votes. Not too shabby. Killing it. Boom. Right now. Done. 95 votes. Very good. Who wins? No surprise here. Actually, I'm not going to say that. I am going to say this is a surprise. I didn't really know exactly how this was going to shake out. But with a whopping 71%, Cubert moves on to the final four. Congratulations, Cubert. You're making it. You're making it. I'm sensing a theme here. Okay, let's move on. The next matchup. The next matchup is Going to take a little bit of explaining, but here we go. I got to quit doing that. Boom. Centipede, a deluxe, all vertical games. This is the vertical orientation, the correct, the non-horizontal. Okay. We're not gonna make any concessions. This is a true blue Centipede. This may be limited to the games that we saw in that first generation of cabinets, but Centipede, vertical cabinet, vertical games, the way that it should be dedicated, deluxe, this shape, this is it. This is it. It's done correctly, in my opinion. Versus, now remember, don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me. We're gonna do Centipede for round 3 versus Metal Slug. A Metal Slug cabinet, RK One-Up, deluxe, similar shape as the Big Red. How would that shake out? I don't know. That's the one thing. After I put this graphic together, I was thinking about it. Maybe they should do the other shape, because I'd be afraid this would turn out like Time Crisis, where you got a corn door at your shins. But a Neo Geo cabinet, only Metal Slug games on it. And this is, I'm going to include, okay, so we're going to have Metal Slug 1 through 5, Metal Slug X. I'm also going to include Metal Slug 6, an Atomic Wave game. I'm going to include it on this cabinet. Let's go ahead and jump up here. You're going to have to choose one. You're going to have to choose one. Round 3. Here we go. And it is. It's going to, I gotta make sure I spell it right. Centipede, all vertical, the way it should be, right? No compromises versus Metal Slug. Start to pull now. Jump up here. And let's go ahead and start the timer. Boom. Here we go. Start. 5 minutes. Give this some thought. Think about it. Think about what we're talking about here. We're talking about Centipede done correctly. The last time they did this was the first wave? First gen or second gen? I can't remember. First gen or second gen. This is going to be tough. Because you got the right orientation, but you got the wrong cab shape. We know that. We know this is the wrong cabinet shape. This wasn't right at all. Wasn't right at all. And it's a damn shame, because Centipede really should be, especially when they came out with the legacy on the riser, unfortunately, you know, but it had that great shape, great side art, and they just messed it up. And so, yeah, we got exactly. We got another Atari collab. So, sorry, Mr. Encoder. What does 19K Fox mean? 19K was my MOS in the Army. 19 kilo. I was a armor crewman, and then Fox is the first 3 letters of my last name. Everybody called me Fox in the military, so that was just sort of something I did. I was 19K Fox before I had a channel. 19K Fox on eBay in like 2002. It was just something I just did. I just put them together. So that's what it means. 19 kilo Fox, a tanker. Yeah, here we go. See, it's not clear cut, right? Cobra Kai, Metal Slug, we've seen it many, many times. We've seen it on the MVSX. I wanted to include Metal Slug 6 because that wasn't included on the MVSX. So it'll be one thing that's kind of different, right? Something different. So where are we at? Where's our timer? Our timer is at 3 minutes and 20 seconds. So give this some thought. Think about it. What are you going to decide? What's it going to be? Centipede done right? Absolute. There's no doubting. There's no mistaking the fact that this is an absolute. That's a lot of foxes. That's a lot of foxes. Absolute classic. Would be killer in your collection, done correctly, dedicated to the game that is actually the marquee title. Makes a lot of sense. Or you're going to go with Metal Slug. You know, RK One-Up's not going to give us the 50 games, you know, every single game out there, and the MVSX exists, but the shape isn't right. So they do this. They get the shape correct, and maybe they don't do the big red, but they still do. They get the shape right. They get the right button orientation. There's not 6 buttons on there. There's only 4 in the correct, you know, semicircle. Get that shape rocking. And then it's just Metal Slug. Is that a benefit or a curse? You know, that's something to consider. 2.5 minutes remain. Give this some thought. Think about it. Centipede or Metal Slug? Metal Slug's a beat 'em up. Metal Slug is a game. It's a franchise that I love. I absolutely adore. It's just a ton. It really is. It's a ton of fun. But you gotta like beat 'em ups. You gotta like the side scrolling beat 'em ups. Excellent sounds. I mean, the music. I mean, just the sound effects, the graphics. Everything is just incredible. I love that series of games. But like I said, Neo Geo, you're not going to get the 15-1. And yes, they are out there in different iterations. And at $500, you could go out and get the MVSX and you get a lot of many more games, and you'd be okay with it. Yes, I think that's correct. Yes, I did see that on the PS2. I think so. Yes, but for the arcade ROMs, the arcade recreation, it was on the Atomic Wave. It was not on the MVSX though. So if you go and you buy the MVSX, it won't have Metal Slug 6. Now, that may not be a big thing for you, but that's something that I kind of want to throw in there to spice it up, to make it a little bit more of a challenge. And speaking of a challenge, we have the first nail biter going down to the buzzer. What's going to happen? 101 votes, and this thing is neck and neck. Centipede versus Metal Slug. Who will win? Who will be victorious? It's unclear. No one really knows. Going back and forth, jousting for position. A minute remains. The last minute. Is your vote going to push over the edge? Have you decided? Can you decide? Is it too much? You got too much riding on it. Maybe you don't have enough riding on it. Maybe you just don't care. So throw a vote in there to see if you can't push it either way. 102 votes. Oh, guys, I'm telling you what, it's coming down to the wire. It's crazy. Pins and needles is what I'm sitting on. Yes, Centipede. Beautiful cabinet artwork. Absolutely gorgeous. Go Centipede. Someone call that out, please. Oh, God. Neo Geo was for rich kids, so I never grew up. The arcade machine, not the home console. Not the home console. 20 seconds remaining. It's going to – this is insane. I don't even know what to do. Come on. Come on. We got to – I got to – come on. What? Okay. We got 7 seconds. 7 seconds, and we have a winner. It's by the narrowest of margins, and I'm ending it now. You're not going to believe it. You're not going to believe it. It was a squeaker with 51%. Metal Slug moves on. That was incredible. 51-49. Metal Slug moves on to the competition. It is clocking in, staying in the number 3 position. There we go. Let's go. We got Metal Slug. Metal Slug. Okay, awesome. Okay, the last matchup of the night. Let's get that out of the way. Last matchup of the night. Going to be something kind of familiar, something we've seen before-ish, but never really came to fruition. Never really made it. They gave it a shot. Didn't go all the way. I think this one might be able to go all the way, and this one is Double Dragon, kids. That's right, Double Dragon. But I'm throwing in a twist. Double Dragon, that cabinet shape. We actually saw this mock-up. We got double. We're talking about recounts. The vote was stolen. Listen, hey, if it's the software, and there's only one voting machine here. So, Double Dragon 2, Double Dragon 3. I know, Double Dragon 3. I know we hate it, but it is what it is, right? And I'm going to throw in the Combat Tribes, the spiritual successor to Double Dragon. What the hell? Let's throw it in there. You get the complete collection. Okay, so there's you, sir. The fake arcade channel. Yeah. Okay, so we got Double Dragon 1, 2, and 3. Sorry, I got to include 3. But then we're going to add the Combat Tribes. Hell, I mean, if iArcade can get the Combat Tribes, I know we can get it for Arcade 1-Up. So there you go. So that is then. Who's going to be the last one in the final matchup? Round 4, Double Dragon versus. This is a weird one. Spy Hunter. It's weird because there's really only 2 games you can put on this cabinet. It is an absolute classic, followed up by a stinker. Spy Hunter 2 was not the greatest thing in the world. And it also it was a 2-player cabinet. So we're going to have to reduce that down to 1. It's going to be a single-player experience, obviously. No 2-player. But you're going to get Spy Hunter in this shape with this beautiful Knight Rider-looking badassery all over it. It's just awesome. Okay, so here we go. We have Double Dragon versus Spy Hunter. Who will win? Is it even possible? I mean, have you even begun to formulate an idea? Is it just that easy? Have you already decided? Double Dragon. Can Double Dragon do it? Can Double Dragon topple the arcade game that's never really been realized in it? I mean, I haven't seen a quarter scale, nothing. Spy Hunter. And the poll has started. Let's go over to reset, start, 5 minutes on the ticker. Here we go. What's it going to be? This is going to wrap up the Elite 8. We have 3 champions that have moved on. Who will be the 4th? Just so you know, in the final four, we're going to have the number 1 seed. So the winner of round 1 will face off against the winner of round 4 this round. So we've already got the second round, or I guess the 5th, the 6th round is already set. We have Cubert will be facing off against Metal Slug. That's going to be an interesting one. I can't wait to see how that shakes out. Can't wait to see what everybody's thinking there. How do you even rationalize that? So who is Smash TV going to face? Is Smash TV going to face Double Dragon, one of the greatest games of all time? Of course, when you play it now, it's not so that you got the lag, but it is absolutely you ushered in a new era of beat 'em ups. Great game. The follow-up was great. The third game was garbage, but you got the Combat Tribe, which is a really, really fun game. Once again, beat 'em ups galore, radically different. Juxtaposed is Spy Hunter, a driving cabinet with a unique shape, even though the side shape may seem kind of boring. This is the game for many, many people. This is the one. This is the driving cab that they want. I thought about maybe throwing Road Blasters on here, but Road Blasters would be a single game. It really would be. I mean, to do that right, you have to be able to swap out decks to play Marble Madness on there, and it just couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. I didn't think it made any sense because nobody's done that yet. So what's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Spy Hunter and Spy Hunter 2. It's a driving cab with only 2 games, so it's kind of like a mixture of Terminator and Ridge Racer, right? So what will we do? What will we do? No. I know Road Blasters. I wasn't going to put Road Blasters on this one. I was going to do Road Blasters as its own cabinet, but I just couldn't come up with a second game to go on the cabinet, or even a third game. There was just nothing else that could really go on there. And I thought, well, although I love Road Blasters, I need something that I could at least put another game on, to make it competitive. And I think that if you were to ask anybody in the annals of time, they're going to say probably that Spy Hunter edges out Road Blasters. Not my opinion. I like Road Blasters more, but it is what it is. 2.5 minutes remain. What will it be? Who will it be? The redeeming game on this cabinet, I think, is actually Combat Tribes. I played that on the iArcade, and I got to tell you, it redeems a lot of it almost completely redeems Double Dragon 3. Maybe. What Soul Red says, I'd vote Double Dragon if it didn't come with Double Dragon 3. Well, you could just not play it. It's a game that's you just don't have to play. 2 minutes remain, guys. 2 minutes remain. So think about this. This is the last round. This is the final. Who will face off? The winner of this is going to face off against Smash TV. So you got to add that into your calculus. What's it going to be? Once again, we have another nail biter, guys. Oh, it's tight. This is good. So we had 2 contests where the big dog got blown out. I'm actually pretty shocked. I thought that it would be closer than that. So, but that was it is what it was. But the third round was a squeaker. Can't believe Centipede fell to Metal Slug. But I mean, it may be the strength of the IP, maybe the fact that they haven't done any Neo Geo at all as one of the things that might have contributed to that victory. Who's going to win? Double Dragon, Spy Hunter. Jump in there. Does Spy Hunter have the edge? Even though there's only one good game on it, it's a driving cab, so it's something different. And Double Dragon is just another beat 'em up. But is Double Dragon just another beat 'em up? Can you actually say that? Double Dragon is just another beat 'em up. 1 minute remains, guys. It's getting down to the wire. We're about to say goodbye to the elite. We have a new Sean. Thank you so much for becoming a member. I really do appreciate it. For those of you that are not members, later on, we're gonna redo this whole thing with whatever the members want to put in the poll. You will select. We can maybe select 8. We can select 4, whatever you want, and we can all vote then. And I want to hear more about what you thought about my selections too. So that's going to be in the members section. If you want to become a member, hit the join button right now. 35 seconds remain in this. What will it be? What is going on? JT Games, Pac-Man, National Champions. Hey, you'll notice, aren't you happy? No Pac-Man. I thought about maybe we should put Pac-Man on there. Nope. I was going to do maybe Miss Pac-Man. Not going to do it. No, I wanted something different. Centipede was the only game I was like, the only cabinet I was like, that's too much. Double Dragon versus Spy Hunter. It is a nail biter. It's close. 104 votes, 105 votes. We had 106 votes we got 106 votes. 5 seconds remaining. Here we go. Coming down to the wire. What's it going to be? Boom. Killed it. All right. Let's remove that. Who won? And the final one. Oh, it was a squeaker. You had Spy Hunter defeating Double Dragon 53-46. Nice. Absolutely. So there it is. Wow. Here you go. Now what you gonna do, huh? Now what you gonna do? Now you've just determined. All right. Here we go. Round 5. This is awesome. This is awesome. What's it gonna be? Round 5. In our little March Madness. You know what it is. You know what time it is. It is Smash TV versus Spy Hunter. Let's go ahead and get ready. Poll is started. And let's reset the timer. The timer got 5 minutes. Here we go. The poll is up. Think about this. Give this some thought. What do you want to see? Smash TV or Spy Hunter? Two radically different games from different eras. What's it going to be? Is it impossible? Can Smash TV be beaten? If it's the case, Spy Hunter may be the one that's well equipped to do it. Could it possibly happen? 171 people in the chat. Thank you so much for being here. Smash the like button. I do appreciate it. And make sure, most importantly, you jump in here. We're at round 5. We have entered the final 4. Who's it going to be? Who is it going to be? Who's going to win? It's actually closer than I thought. It's okay. Only 65 votes though. So we had 106 votes last time. So we're only at we're about 68 votes. Okay. So think about it. Give us some time. 4 minutes remain. Who's it going to be? Who will it be? Will Smash TV win the day? Will Smash TV smash its way into your heart? Or will it be Spy Hunter? Will Spy Hunter actually do it? Is Spy Hunter unique and niche enough? I mean, is it something that you would rather do? What's the replay value on this? If and Spy Hunter 2 is not the worst game in the world, but by comparison, it just wasn't good enough to really compare to the first one. So Spy Hunter is definitely the better out of the two. But Smash TV is something we've waited for a long time. You've got some 90s nostalgia. It's also got Robotron in there, so you've got some 80s too. 80s and 90s all mixed in together. But is that your type of game? Robotron is very fast-paced. Total Carnage and Smash TV, a lot of blood, a lot of guts. And, it's got 2 sticks. There's no buttons. So do you want to play with 2 sticks, 2 joysticks, or do you want to drive? That is going to be what we're talking about tonight in this round 5. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Only 81 votes, guys. 81 votes. We still got 83. Here we go. It's not walking away. The margin is closer than the first 2 rounds we had. Just crossed 3 minutes, guys. Give us some thought. What is it going to be? Who would it be? Is it easy? Is it simple? At $500, what's the better value? You get a driving cab. You get a driving cab, a classic art, classic size, classic style, classic shape, very, very 80s, very Knight Rider-esque. If they could pull this off, I mean, just don't throw Arcade 1-Up anywhere on this and I'll be fine. Put it on the bottom somewhere, maybe put it on the back, put it inside. Put it inside the cabinet where we don't have to see it. But if you could pull off that sexy side art, that would be sick. They've already done the control scheme for Smash TV. We know they can do it. They've done it. Now, would those joysticks hold up? Could we maybe get some so upgraded sticks? Could we go with Sanwa? Could we go with the 49 way? It wouldn't really work out. But I think that it's not that. I think I'd rather have real joysticks. Who is going to be Smash TV? Spy Hunter. Who's going to take the crown? Who's going to take it? 1 minute and 40 seconds. We've got 98 votes. We're closing in. It's getting close. Who do you think is going to win? I think it's the gap is starting to widen now. It's not as close as it was. You got a few more. You got 1.5 minutes. Jump in and try to save your pick. Come on. Let's make this competitive. Also, let me know in the comment section if this, or in the chat right now, the comment section, if you're watching this on the replay, what did I miss? What games did I not include? What cabinet should have been on it? What cabinet? It's unforgivable, Fox, that you didn't include this one. That's what I want to know. That's right, Jay Cuts. Let's get smashed. Let's absolutely get Spy Hunter Yawn. How dareth you? Decadent Dave, I'm starting to question if you really are decadent at all. I don't know. 0. My arcade has both. It's kind of a tie. but great games and return value in the arcade. Well, there you go. Coming from the one, the only Console Kids. Thank you so much for being here, buddy. Weighing in on this contentious debate, back and forth, round 5, moving ever so closer to the number 1 pick. We got to get through the final 4 first. Round 5, determining who is going to move on to the championship. Who's it going to be? We're about to sell 105 votes. We've almost reached the pinnacle, but I've got 170 people watching. Come on, you got to vote. Come on, make this competitive. Or is it just going to be one walking away with the title? Don't let this happen. Do what you do. Do what you need to do. You got 2 seconds, and we're done. Ending the poll with a good showing. You tried hard. You did good, kid. But Smash TV takes it 67-25. So Smash TV, congratulations. Smash TV is moving on to the championship round, which means we have one more round. Who will face Smash TV? Who will smash TV? Is that yeah, it makes sense. Sure, why not? Let's reset. Okay, here we go. So who's it going to be? We have, just to remind you, just to refresh your memory, this is going to be colossal. Q*bert, fan favorite, the one that we've all been wanting for, most of us have been asking for, versus Metal Slug, the surprise victor over Centipede. Absolutely insane. No one saw it coming. Well, some of you saw it coming. 51% of you saw it coming, didn't you? That's right. Round 6. Last round before the championship. Who's it going to be? It's going to, this is epic. This is going to be big, I think. I am really, really curious to see how this goes. We have, all right, and we are live now. It's Q*bert versus Metal Slug. What's it going to be? Time starts now. We've got, boom, here we go. Here we go. Who's it going to be? Who's going to face off against Smash TV? Who could take down? Is Smash TV the victor? Is Smash TV the number 1 seed? Are they the favorite? I got to tell you, I was really curious about Street Fighter, Alpha, and Mortal Kombat 4. I thought that they would be tougher to take down. Turns out they were taken down pretty handily. Right now, give you some of the this is the most up-to-date stats here on the Arcade Sports Network. You got Street Fighter Alpha had the lowest percentage. Street Fighter Alpha, now there were fewer votes in that first round, but still 26%. These are not numbers of votes, these are percentages. Only 26%. Street Fighter Alpha garnered 26% of that vote. Not that's rough. That's rough. That's barely over a quarter. That's math, kids. Mortal Kombat 4 came in second to last, only with 28% of the vote. So are we finally having some fatigue? Are we finally done? With Street Fighters and Mortal Kombats, and we really want something new. Now I question some of you because you say you want something new, but then this Burger Time poll came up and nobody was interested. Nobody wanted it. But then I thought, you know what? Because there's nothing new there. While it would be nice to see it come back, it would be a re-release. And yes, it's easy to get the Data East titles, but it's nothing new. 3.5 minutes remain. Who's it going to be? Who is it going to be? Who will take home the bacon? I don't know, that's probably not a prize. Bacon would not be a really good prize, but it's going to be Smash TV. It's Smash TV, the winner. Yeah, are they going to take home the title? Is Smash TV going to rule the day? Or could we see Q*bert or Metal Slug take it down? Q*bert, could either one of these best Smash TV? What's going to win out? Q*bert, something that many people have tons of nostalgia for, or Metal Slug, one of many Neo Geo titles. But still, there's a ton of people that have a lot of nostalgia for Metal Slug. Yes, okay, Mad Gear, that's bacon would be a great prize. I would love some bacon. Kevin's bacon. Sure, sounds good. Why not? So what's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Metal Slug, mostly in the 90s. Who's it going to be? Oh, my God, we got it. That wasn't even a choice. And yet you did it anyway. Q*bert, Metal Slug. The fight you didn't know you wanted. The fight you didn't know you had. You got it now. Q*bert versus Metal Slug. What's it going to be? Is it 90s versus 80s? Is that really what's going on here? I'm looking at the titles. Is that what's going on here? I don't think so, because you got a pretty good you got a pretty good mix. The Final Four, we got a lot of stuff represented here. You got some 90s and 80s, but maybe the 80s are pushed more because you got Robotron in there on the Smash TV. That's part of that package, that mix. So just it's just it's money well spent. Money well spent. Minute and a half remains. Minute and a half remains. Jump up there. And what's going on? Oh, it's close. It's close. It's close, but we have one cab. Oh, no. We got a late breaking development. 106 votes already. So we got the votes up, the vote total pretty close. Pretty quick. We got it up there pretty quick. But you know what? The spread, what do we have on the last one? Wow. Okay. So this is tighter than the last competition. This is tighter than the last match. Round 6 is becoming much more contentious than round 5. 55 seconds remaining. Make the difference. Smash the button. Do what you got to do. Do it for your country. Do it for your arcade. Do it for your wallet. Do it for your nostalgia. Do it for your children. Do it for a younger version of you. 35 seconds remaining. What's it going to be? 110 votes. We have enough people watching to throw this in the other direction. If that's what you want, you got to make it happen. Do the right thing. Smash the button. Vote with your heart. Vote with your mind. Most importantly, vote with your finger on the mouse. Because that's what you got to do it that way. And for everybody else, maybe you're watching on mobile and you can't vote, and that's a damn shame. 10 seconds remain. Coming down to the wire. What's it going to be? Last second options. Is there a 3-pointer in the house? If there is, it's just too late. And I don't know what you were thinking, but I was thinking it would have been a little bit tighter than this. But Qbert wins. Qbert takes it with 64%. It wasn't quite as tight as the last matchup, but Metal Slug and Spy Hunter, you did good. You made it to the Final Four, but you just weren't quite good enough. You just couldn't quite make it. So here we go. A battle for the ages. Smash TV. This is going to be epic. We have Smash TV. I think not the number 1 seed. I think I seeded this at a number 3. I thought that Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat might edge it out. But it looks like Smash TV, despite all odds, Smash TV has moved forward, has pushed forward, and is now sitting in the championship. They've signed their deals with Nike. It's going to be a great, great day for them if they can defeat one of the arcade greats in Qbert. Is this in our home arcade space? Is this the battle we've all wanted to see? Is this Michael B versus P-Dubs? Is this the final confrontation? Would you say this is the final countdown? Well, it is the finals. It's time to count it down. Let's go ahead and get this thing done. Jump up here. I can't wait to see how this shakes out. The final round. Final round. Smash TV, hoping to smash the arcade great Qbert. Let me spell that right. There we go. And we are live. Here we go. Set the timer. Reset. Okay. And now we are counting down. The final 5 minutes remain. The final 5 minutes in this March arcade madness. It's been maddening. And now it is time. All the talk is gone. Now it's time to put up or shut up. What's it going to be? Who will be victorious? Smash TV. The thing of a legend. One of the games that's just the graphics, the gore, the cartoon violence, inspired by, as many games were back in the day, inspired by The Running Man, Arnold, 80s goodness. Wonderful cab, difficult to find, and an expensive one when you do find it, ranging from about current day $2,500 to $3,000 is what you're going to have to pay for this cab if it's in decent shape. And the same can be said for a Qbert cabinet. Looking at some of the weirdest, oddest, fun stuff that ever came out of the 80s, and it's definitely a cabinet that you're not just going to be able to find for next to nothing. You're going to have to pay pretty good money for this. you're going to have to pay, I mean, at least $1,000. You're not going to pick this thing up for a couple hundred, because if it's got a good working board, it's worth more than that, let alone the whole cabinet and everything else. So who's it going to be? And now it is time. Who will remain victorious? If you've ever seen the movie Over the Top, you have Sylvester Stallone, the hero of the film, going up against Bull Hurley, a massive behemoth of a man. David versus Goliath. Is this the same matchup that we have right now in front of us? Is Kubert David or is Kubert Goliath? Which one stands tall among the others? Or are they matched up perfectly, evenly matched, going toe to toe? They're going to go 13 rounds, 14 rounds, however many rounds are in boxing. I don't know how many. There's a lot of them. Anyway, who's going to win? 100 votes already. 100 votes. We are 2 minutes in, and we are at 102 votes. It is a razor thin margin. This is no exaggeration. It couldn't be any closer. It could not be any closer. 104 votes, and we still have 3 minutes. You got to think about that. If you're on mobile, go find a PC right now. You got to find a way to vote. This is the championship. This is all that we've hoped for, all that we've dreamed of in the home arcade space. 3/4 scale glory will be decided tonight. Tonight will be decided. We're 1 hour in. This is the final. This is the last of it. This is all that we have. The final 2.5 minutes. The bell will soon ring. Whatever will we do? You can vote on mobile. Yes. Vote. Everyone vote. We've got to get that vote count up. 182 people are watching, 109 votes. It is absolutely razor thin. It couldn't be any closer. You've got to be, it's now, okay, all right, I lied. It just got closer. Statistically dead even with 111 votes. We've got some, who will you be deciding vote? You've got to jump in. All operators are standing by. It's like a Jerry Lewis telethon, but it's not near as important than, muscular dystrophy. We're just talking about games. But anyway, moving on. So it's going to be Smash TV versus Kubert. 115 votes, and I'm telling you right now, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. We're 50-50. 116 votes, and we're still 50-50. We've got to do something. Somebody's got to jump in. We've got to have a deciding vote. Someone has to sway this. We're going back and forth with 1 minute and 20 seconds. We cannot go into overtime. This has got to happen. It's got to be decided tonight. 117 votes. Come on. Jump in. Do what must be done. Who will win? Which way will it swing? 119 votes. This is insane. It's insane. It's crazy. Both teams going back and forth. Arcade goodness. Who will win? Continue to vote. 119 votes, guys. Come on. We still don't have a clear winner. It's just that tight, guys. Come on. Push. You got to push. We got 45 seconds left. 45 seconds. Who will win? We can't leave. We have to know. We've got 50. Well, we finally got a separation. We've got a 1-point separation. 122 votes. Everybody you got to jump in. You got to vote. Listen, we've got 30 seconds left. Everything's on the line. It's all here. It's all nothing. If it ends tonight, if you lose, you go home. You got nothing. There is no next season. It's all over. It's the end. 22 seconds remain. We've got 123 votes. Come on. We've got a 1 percentage point differential. 17 seconds. Will it remain? Is this the way it's going to end? 2% differential. It's just a bit of a spread. We got 10 seconds left. It's incredible. I can't believe it. It's going back and forth. Now we're beginning to open it up. Oh, it's 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, 0. Do we have a winner? Yes, we do. Okay, so an incredible effort, an incredible game or match, round, whatever. 52% to 47%. Smash TV takes it. Congratulations to the winner. Smash TV barely edging out the juggernaut that is Kubert. Absolutely incredible, guys. Just a hell of a bracket. Who saw it coming? Who knew that Smash TV could go all the way? A couple things to take note of. I want to talk to you about before we wrap it up. We got to talk about some of the things that the real reason why I want to do this. And the reason I stack these up this way is because we've all said the same thing. I want something new. I want something different. But then at the end of the day, we put our money into the familiar, into the standard. We think that the mass appeal, right? It's only going to go this way or that way. Just so you're aware, let's talk about these matchups. Street Fighter Alpha only got 26%. I told you that before. Lost to Smash TV by 73%. Or that was the difference. Mortal Kombat lost 28-71 to Qbert. Centipede barely lost to Metal Slug, 49-51. That was a close one. That was the tightest race by far. Well, actually not by far, by about a percentage point. And then Double Dragon barely lost to Spy Hunter. So we've got the new cabs, the new games, edging out everybody else. And then as it moved on, the race got tighter. Absolutely incredible. The last one was great. It was awesome. And, I got to thank everybody for taking the time to vote. It was incredible. And I think this is so much fun. We're going to have to do it again. Oh, would you look at that?
What the hell?
Yo, the sign is real simple, B. It says wrap it up.
Okay, everybody, thank you so much for voting in the first ever March Arcade Madness. For those of you that are members, this is going to continue. We're going to go over to the members only live stream after the show. It's the after show. We're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about my selection, and you're going to have an opportunity. The members will have an opportunity to jump in here and maybe add your games, and we can start the poll all over again, change it up, and see what you would rather see. But for right now, as far as this show goes, this March, the madness is over, and Smash TV rules the day. Everybody, thank you so much for stopping by and checking out the channel. You have a blessed day, and I will see all of you right here next time. Peace.